umbrella, and today we're gonna read Diary of a Wimpy Kid 14 book. It's Wrecking Ball Story, Diary of a Wimpy Kid 14. And we were gonna start reading at yesterday's the end of page 23 page, and the end of reading at 36 page is not a page, it's a Sunday chapter. So let's the end of reading at that Sunday chapter for today, finally. Now, before you look at my YouTube, please thumbs up my YouTube. Now, here we go. And first, we can read Diary of a Wimpy Kid Wrecking Ball Story, starting at 23 page. I explained that those things were for paying customers only, and that maybe he'd be interested in something from Fun Toys table, but Robbie wouldn't budge. Eventually, he settled on the vampire bed shelf, and I was okay with that because it was really just broken umbrella. But now Robbie was so worried about pets that he couldn't concentrate on his job. While Robbie was fooling around with his stupid umbrella, I thought I saw a guy take an action figure from the collectibles table and stuff in that his pocket, so I ran over to deal with him. But the only things in the guy's pocket were some to use tissues and car keys. I was glad I was staying alert though, because I had it of a major disaster. A pickup truck pulled up at the nerve, and some guy from Valley Street started piling my stuff into the back. I asked him what he was doing, and he said that since tomorrow was trash day, he thought the stuff by Nerve was up for grabs. But I didn't have time to explain the concept of the yard sale to this guy because all of a sudden I have an even bigger problem to deal with it. It started to rain and everyone was heading back to their cars. I was worried I might never get many people to come to our yard sale again. And I wanted to sell something to make all the effort worth it. So I went around and marked down the prices on every item. And when it started really raining, and I knew I was gonna have to do something drastic. And I knew that if I didn't get my stuff inside it, I was all gonna get ruined. So I asked Rowie to hold his umbrella over my almost valuable items while I ran everything else into the garbage. But Roy wasn't any help at all. He said his shift has just ended and it's time for him to go home. So I was on my own. I tried to carry the box of the comics into the garage, but by now the box was soggy, the bottom gave away. Blush. It took me about 100 trips to get everything into the garbage, but I probably shouldn't have even bothered because most of my stuff was already ruined. I figured I could just still make one sale enough. I told him that paper flower was hers for $3. Unfortunately, by then she'd changed her mind. Now it's Wednesday. What? It's Wednesday already? Let's read one more chapter. It's not really long. I'm actually kind of glad that nobody bought anything from my yard sale to another day, because if I ever get famous, that stuff is gonna be worth a lot of money than I was asking for it. I feel pretty dumb if I sold one of my old homework projects for 50 cents and then someone a kitchen over the lake for a few $1,000. Sold to the gentleman in the striped tie. Clank! And one day they'll probably make a childhood home into one of those places school visit on the field trips. And that happens when you're gonna go to the ancient stuff I owned growing up. The reason I'm not already famous is because while you're a kid, they keep you busy with school and homework, so there is a lot of time left to make a name for yourself. But one of the ways the kid can actually get famous is becoming a hero. My parents watch the news every night, and there is always a story about a kid saving someone from the choking or something like that. The problem is the kind of opportunities don't come around that often. And believe me, I've tried to put myself into the right place for that sort of thing to happen. But I've got kind of tired of waiting, so I decided to try a career situation where I was granted to be a hero. I figured if I had saved someone from the dog attack, that I'd make a statue of me to put down in the Grand Park, which it would be pretty cool. So I got a bacon down to the refrigerator, and I had Robbie stuff into the pockets, and they were around neighborhoods looking for dogs. We did attract some dogs, and they weren't the kind I was looking for. Yep. Rowie got too nervous about the dogs following us that we ate our unlooked bacon, and even I have heard can be really bad for you, so I told his parents what happened, and they took him to a doctor just to be sure. I guess I saved Rowie life after all. And which does sort of make a hero if you think about it. But I don't know what if it's actually kind of thing they make into a statue. Maybe I'm thinking too small with this statue idea anyway. If I do something really big, they'll make my birthday into the national holiday. And everyone will get a day off to school and work. And they'll have me to thank for it. The thing is, whenever there's a day off school for the national holiday, I never just think about a person is named after. I just hope that on my holiday, people will spend the whole day reflecting on my life. But with my luck, they will just use as, unfortunately, an opportunity to sell a furniture or something. Now it's April Sunday. Now we're gonna start reading at this chapter for tomorrow. And maybe we could read one more chapter if it's not too long. Oh yeah, we're gonna read one chapter for tomorrow. So today's story is about some Graggly's holiday and Graggly the Statue of Liberty. What Statue of Liberty? Anyway, Graggly have think about when his birthday will be the holiday. It might be really great if my birthday is a holiday when I am not alive. It might be really fun. Now please subscribe my YouTube and bye everyone.